Hey, it's Sonia Ward, and I'm back to talk to you. I'm so troubled today by the loss of Don Cornelius. And to be honest, he is a celebrity. He's a Hollywood figure. And so often we look at celebrities as if they are more special than those of us who are celebrities before Christ, those of us who are stars to our families. And there really isn't a difference. The difference is that they're public entities, that they are seen and heard faces and voices that gain the attention of the masses. Okay, so then clearly and obviously we have so many that follow them and look up to them. That is why they are called role models. That is why they are called stars. Stars are stars because when we think about the stars that God hung up in the sky, they provide light. They're brilliant. They're beautiful. They're magnifying. They're magnetic. They're magnificent. Stars twinkle. They command our attention. And we watch and wait, and we sigh, and we hope, and we trust and believe, and we reach for, and we decide, that we're very pleased with the star that most similarly resembles who we are. Sometimes those stars are politicians. Sometimes they're doctors. Sometimes those stars are lawyers. They're singers and songwriters, they're dancers, they're artists with a brush and a canvas and lots of color. Sometimes they are our teachers and our preachers, those who are in leadership positions that we look up to. And I understand it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the one thing about a star that hangs up in the sky, you'll see many of them. And then at times you'll find one that's so captivating that you keep your eyes on that star. And those are what we call, in this lifetime, superstars or megastars or megastars, or those that are brighter, a little higher, a little more brilliant. And so then when something happens to tarnish the brilliancy of that star, we find ourselves paying close attention to the drama, to their pain, to their falls, to the errors in their way, to the sins that they commit. Because of who they are and what they represent, we take our focus and we gaze upon them, waiting and lurking and listening, you see. So I just wanted to know, what could it have been that could have driven Don Cornelius to a self-inflicted gun wound that led to his death on this day, February 1st, 2012, otherwise esteemed as suicide. And I gotta tell you, the only thing that can get you there is being in total darkness, so dark, so deep, so painful, that we finalize it with demise, because we don't trust anymore, because we don't believe anymore, because we don't feel that we can hang up high anymore, because we don't feel that our light provides enough illumination to remain captivating. And so we fall victim to the fall. And I want to tell you something. I don't know what kind of star you are, but you're a star. I don't know what kind of leader you are, but there's a leader in you. I want you to know that in life, everything goes up to come down, to go up, to come down, to go back up again. And that's the system of life. We come here and we climb and we rise. And we level off. And we come down again. And we rise. But let me tell you something. In the coming up, it builds strength. In the leveling off, it brings assurance. In the going down, it gives us an opportunity for humility, to humble ourselves. Everything is perception. Can you just begin to allow perception to receive its cure? To allow your perception to be healed so that you'll be okay? No matter how high you go, no matter where you level off, no matter how steep you fall. Please realize that there's value on the climb, in the climb. There's value on the top, and there's value in the valley. Please don't allow your valley experiences, your times in the valley, to consume you and create such a final mindset that you decide in the valley is where I am, and in the valley is where I remain. Lord knows that oftentimes we run into the valley of dry bones, where we think that everything in life around us has died. There's no hope for the future. There's no hope for tomorrow, and that we are just stuck in the rut we're in. But just bring yourself back to the scripture. Can these dry bones live? You know, I have a tube of lipstick. I love red lipstick. I've got another tube that's completely empty. One day I left and I didn't have my tube of lipstick, but I had an empty one. I could have thrown it out. I could have said, I got to turn around and go back home. And this is such a simple analogy, but I use it because this is what was before me. But I took out a brush, a lip brush, dug inside there, and I brushed my lips, and it became red. No different than if I had had my brand new tube. Sometimes things get low in life. Sometimes you won't have a steak in the refrigerator. You won't have fresh fish to prepare a meal. You won't have turkey or chicken or beef. You may not have those things. You may only have a bag of lentil beans or navy beans or a can of soup. You can decide, I have nothing. Why stay here? Or you can decide to be blessed and to work with what you have. It's about perception. Deciding for yourself that God has given me what I need, and if He'll take care of the birds that fly in the sky every day, how dare I worry about what He's going to do with me? You understand that? Anxiety is not godliness. Contentment is godliness. Now, it doesn't mean that you decide, I'll eat beans for the rest of my life. I'll have soup for the rest of my life. I'll never have a morsel of steak again. I'll never have a piece of fresh fish. No, that's not the case. What's in your hands? If all that you have in your hand is sorrow, if all that you have in your hand is pain, use it. Someone out there is far worse off than you and I. Someone out there will find life in something you said or done. Your life is not your own. You need to understand that. You live as an epistle seen and read of all men. The other day I posted a picture. This is the picture that I posted. That's me on my wedding day. My mom came out to greet me. And you know, recently, my mother died in 2006. And just a couple days ago, our house burned to the ground with everything in it that we allowed to be there as storage. And you know, you cannot even ask God to use you until your storage is empty. I was broken. I was broken because I've come to grips with the loss of my mother. I've come to grips with her transition. And with my mourning and with my pain, I'm okay with that. God got me. I've got the peace that surpasses all understanding. But knowing that everything that she owned burned to obliviousness, that that we could have given it away, we could have blessed someone with it, but we held on to it. We held on to things, you know, as a memorabilia of mommy. But you know what? My mother loved to dance. She danced her way right up to me to greet me on the day that I got married. And in the vision of this beautiful yellow dress, I just can't seem to get it out of my head. I tell you, when the house burned down, the first thing I saw her in was this yellow dress, the way she danced at the reception. And the fabric was just flowing on this dress, and she was beautiful. Okay? Precious and dear to me was mommy, and mommy in that yellow dress instead. Well, perhaps it went up in smoke. We were blessed that photographs were salvageable, along with a few other things that she had in banana boxes. She was so adamant about packing things in banana boxes, and I guess she knew what she was doing. So my siblings are there working through those things now. But I don't want to get all into that. I just want you to know that, you know, I lost my mother. That was very painful for me. Somebody lost their mother, their father, their sister, their brother. Someone lost a child. But stand. Don't give up. Don't bury yourself in pain and suffering and misery. Don't bury yourself under any prognosis, any sickness or disease. Don't bury yourself under any bad news or separation or abandonment or rape or abuse. There's something in your valley that you can bring life to. And when you bring life to those dry bones, that's when you will begin to live. Again, my heart goes out to Don Cornelius, his family, his fan base, his friends. But most of all, my message is dedicated to you on today. Those who are going through something that makes them feel like they're sinking under, and they're sinking fast. Hold on, please. Hold on. Stand, stand, and stand, and stand, and stand. How appropriate is this song in the background, Just Stand. I referenced it in an earlier discussion, and I'm listening to an easy listening station, gospel music today. And for this song to come, how appropriate. I want you to hold on. Just be strong and stand. Don't give in. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. Cry, dry your eyes, and get up and get at it again. Thanks for listening. This is Sonia Ward from Harmony Success Solutions. You can find all of my business products, services, and offerings at www.soniawardempowers.com. Can't thank you enough. Can't stress to you enough to stand in spite of it all. You're a winner, you're a champion, and you're more than a conqueror. Yes, you are.